Insecurity comes from within. It's not really what you see, but it's how you see it. And this video is not to knock. Like, this video is not for the people who go to the gym and like feel great, and it was whatever that they needed, right? This is for the people who think that going to the gym is going to change how you view yourself. In reality, it doesn't. It just, you change what you see, but first you need to really change how you see yourself. It's how you see it, not what you see. A lot of people who go to the gym think that if they get a better body or if they look a certain way, they'll feel better about themselves, when in reality, it's not really the case. Because the facts being that two people can look the exact same and one person can be satisfied with it and the other person can find all the flaws with it, right? And so to these people, I'd say it's more of like a self-conscious type of problem. It's more of a image problem that, not a really an image problem, it's an internal problem, really. It's something that you need to work on, like in your own head. Like, you got to go to the mental gym for that. Going to the gym and putting on muscles is not going to make you feel good about yourself. You're just going to feel like a bigger loser. You're going to feel like a muscular loser. That's exactly what it is. The gym will make you stronger, healthier, more confident. That's true, but it will not make you, I don't know how to explain this. It will not make you decide what you're worth. Even when you have the dream physique, you can still find things about yourself that you're not satisfied with. You can still find things about yourself that you don't like. It's just a part of being a person, you know? Everybody has their own insecurities, but the difference between the people who dwell over them and the people who accept them for what they are is that one group has done the internal work and the other ones haven't. One group knows that they're flawed and they accept it, and the other ones just, I don't know, they fixate on what they can't change. They fixate on the things that make them imperfect. But really, in my opinion at least, our imperfections are what make us beautiful. That's a bar, low key. This is not an excuse. This is, don't get me mistaken. This is not an excuse to become a couch potato and be lazy and not do anything with your life, right? I strongly recommend going to the gym because it gives you discipline. It teaches you that motivation is something that's fleeting, and that if you do put in the work day in and day out, you will see the results. And the amazing thing about it is that it kind of teaches you how life works. You won't see results on the first day. You won't see results on the second day. You won't see results on the first week. Maybe not on the second week. But over time, you won't be able to know exactly when the muscles changed. But before you know it, you will see results, bro. And that's the beautiful thing about going to the gym. You can create something beautiful through hard work, and you can create something to be truly proud of. And that gives us a sense of being a winner, right? But, you know, all emotions are fleeting. Like, even when you win, like, imagine you achieve a goal that you've set out to achieve for a long time. But then what are you going to do when you got to go to work the next day, or life hits you and you still have all these problems, all these insecurities about yourself? Like, yeah, maybe you don't think that you're skinny and frail, but maybe now you don't think that you're big enough. Maybe you want to be bigger, because the goalpost is always going to change. The goalpost is always going to extend. And it might sound like that's ambition, but don't get ambition mixed up with running away with how you feel, because you can run away from how you feel about yourself and call it ambition. But the two are very different, bro. Like, bro, look at that clavicular, for example, right? He went to the gym and he worked on all of his insecurities, right? And now he looks like a completely different person. And now he's like a Chad or whatever. But he's still insecure, bro. This nigga is still super awkward. He never took the time to deal with what the root of the issues were. He's always working. He's always trying to get on some new surgery. I think he just got surgery on his face done. Not only that, bro, the bone smashing, everything this guy's just been doing. It's like you can clearly see through this mask of looks maxing. And there's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing absolutely wrong with wanting to be the best version of yourself. I'm not saying to not do that. I'm not saying to look into the mirror and not want to improve yourself, right? But I'm saying that there needs to be a certain level of acceptance and self-love that you have when you evaluate yourself. Because you look at somebody like Clavicular and you see he, to this day, he's still getting all these surgeries. He's got all of these unique niche abilities, height maxing, all these different maxing things, right? And it's just like, bro, when does it end? Like, when does the surgeries end? When does all the makeup, when does all of that stuff all go away? And when can you just learn to accept yourself, right? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be the best version of yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to go to the gym and working out and get muscular and, want to have a nice image. That's okay. But the problem is when you cannot sit with yourself and give yourself some grace. Because if you don't learn how to do that, you will be a big muscular insecurity, bro. You will have all these muscles and stuff and you'll be a dickhead. What's inside is going to come out. It's always like that, bro. Everybody who's insecure projects their insecurities. The nigga who's insecure in the room, everybody knows who he is just by the way he thinks and articulates himself. That's never gonna go away, right? So when you go to the gym this year, when you do work on yourself, which I strongly recommend, make sure that you do the internal work as well. I myself would train very, very hard for 3 years. I boxed for 3 years and I saw how my body transformed and it was great. But I could have still looked in the mirror and been able to have downplay all my achievements if I was somebody who was insecure, if I was somebody who was not secure in myself. Do not let that be you. I didn't let it be me. And so I was able to have grace with myself and appreciate my journey. But if you're too insecure and you're too unsure of yourself to the point where you can't have enough grace for yourself to count your wins and to be gracious to yourself, then you're never ever going to be satisfied, bro. So make sure you work hard on yourself internally and externally and make sure that you count your W's so that you can make your W's count.